start our call. So
When do you think is the correct time? I mean, actually, the latest time you can start to learn hacking.
you're asking who?
You, yeah.
Oh, latest. I mean, it's in terms of age. I mean, there is no like limit. It depends on time. I already learned a lot. I got my incident handler certification, and next step I can do other stuff. But this America, you have to be very competitive, and like I already told in Russian, like when I was in my company, when we like learn some stuff, penetration testing or like other stuff from. I always felt I'm like not top quarter. I'm like on the not like last, but I'm the middle or like 30%.
Below middle?
Like in the middle, yeah. Because it takes time. You should be really fast, and a lot of kids are so fast. I cannot compete with them, honestly speaking. But I went to this trip.
When I look in the tutorials on YouTube, not tutorials, I mean like even the YouTubers,
Mhm.
and I see I watch them. They type in code, they type in command, it looks like they typing they know them by heart. And I always thought like I would never get that point. I would
No, it's
never
Yeah.
reach that level.
yeah, but again,
Don't say that.
I want to finish my point. When I go to this workshop, I didn't, like people didn't, people already come prepared. They're gonna take exam like in next couple of weeks. They're already studying, like most of them, and most of them have like 20 years experience already as an auditor or so. Even then, we had SOC manager, like so much
Wow.
experience. But in this group, I was among like top 25%. So basically, I feel natural inclination. It's very boring, honestly. It's so boring because it's bullshit, honestly speaking, between us. But it's easy for me. I can because like a situational question. Most of them we already like studied. If you are, especially if you are PMP, if you have some knowledge in cybersecurity, it's gonna be very easy. But I wanna try and
Yeah,
then.
Dolin, it's boring. I agree 100%, right? But you know what the good thing is? Nothing has changed like since like 2000, right? New attacks came, I know, and new viruses, new challenges, new probably the AI stuff, right? In influence to the hacking attacks, right? But the concept and rules and how to say the way we should perform the audit, it remains the same. 99% remains the same. And if you compare for PMP, for instance, it's also boring, right? So
Yeah,
project
very boring.
management
I
is
hate
it's
PMP.
really standardized. You have to do everything step by step. You cannot miss items. Skip. You cannot cut a corner. So you have to go by the rule and specific algorithm. Otherwise, you will fail with the project, right? So this is the thing. And Sergio, answer to your question, right? Never say like I will not able to do so. I mean, if I give you example. I just came to the company like 3 years ago, right? And I just first time faced the antivirus console, right? It's a carbon black. It's a VMware antivirus system, very powerful. Used to be very powerful. Now it's a little bit weak. But so many, items, so many menus, and you have to remember how to, fix, how to do filtering, how to find a vulnerability and suspicious events, suspicious application, right? How to block them, how to unblock them, how to reinstall, how to register it. So many things. It was very complicated for me because there's so many, menu and sub menus, and lists.
I bet.
But if you were working like every day, like for 15 minutes in this application, you will be professional like in months. Now I know the system more than my boss do because he don't use it like on a everyday basis, right? But I'm doing. on everyday basis, and I know everything, right? So same with pen test, right? When you don't touch it, of course you will forget it. But what I know is I know I did it, right? Even I forgot something, right? I can always just check in the internet, but I know how to do it, the concept. And if even if new exploits just came, I 100% sure I will find out how it works, right? This is the main things, you know. Even you're not penetrating like every day or every, I don't know, week even, right? But even once a quarter. But if you will just play like, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours during the pen test, you will remember everything, right?
Yeah, it's repetition. Repetition.
Repetition, and practice, 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 practice.
Yeah,
But
it looks like I have to learn like a ton of things, and everything like you finish learning something, there is like something else you need to learn. So you need or you won't. So it depends.
yeah, in time, yeah, lack of time. It's also the issue right now. I know that it's 100% now applicable to me as well. No time, absolutely no time.
Yeah.
And yeah, now is a high season. I don't know what about you guys, but for us, it's like a high season. Like it's a Black Friday stuff, and we just serving, company who do retail over the phone. It's a high season, so we have already like code freezing. This time, right? Code freezing. It's usually before Christmas, but in our company, it's already started because our freezing code freezing time when we cannot change anything, right? Simply anything, unless it's very critical or very security matter stuff, right? So we stop change everything. We just focusing on the operation, right? So and yeah, we're very busy right now, and it will be like for 2 months. November, this Black Friday stuff, then Cyber Mondays, then yeah, pre Christmas time, and after probably we will just release only after New Year. Okay, yeah, let's get started. Daolian, I would like to again just a few words regarding your courses, right, for beginners. If you would
Yeah.
like to,
Mhm,
how many people we have today? So we have Bauer, Alnur,
mhm. Sergio.
Peter here. Okay,
Mhm,
yeah, I have two accounts. So actually speaking, we have five, right?
mhm, mhm, mhm. Five people, myself and Baujan and Alnur and Sergio and yourself. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I publish like if you guys have time, just enjoy it. I'll try to enjoy sometimes when I drive. I listen to my videos of this artificial intelligence. I think it's I think we can switch to like you guys what you're doing about
Okay, Bauer, do you have any questions?
Borjan. You asking Borjan?
No. I'm just asking, just if no questions, so we can move to our topics.
Yeah,
Нет,
but we
я
don't have like
на этой неделе я ничего не
beginners.
делал.
We don't have beginners here. I think.
Okay. I All right. So questions for the intermediate guys. Yeah, last time it was like yeah, something wrong with the time, and yeah, everybody was confused, right? So simply no call, no proper call. Yes, was last week. So this week, remember, I hope everybody already have a domain controller in place. Do you have, guys?
Yes.
Cool. So I can share my screen and show what I wanted to just practice on your side, right? Let me share my screen, um, and I'll repeat some stuff as well.
Borjan, ты по-английски понимаешь?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't remember. I think you're from Kazakhstan. I know Alnur is
Yeah.
in Czechia. Yeah.
Do you see my screen, guys?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, cool. So this is my domain controller. Sorry, it's not a full screen by some reason. I cannot zoom in.
I can see. Okay.
Okay. So remember, we yeah, last time I want to discuss regarding the most, the main goal of hackers, right? Um, Usually they wanted to control your domain controller, which I have right on my screen, right? Domain controller, this is like the main server which manage all things related to Windows environment. What I mean by that is a users, right? Is identity management. It's Active Directory. It's combination of computers, workstations, groups, role-based access control in general, right? How you can manage, the services of Windows like DNS, DHCP, AD itself, right? So you can set up a roles and guys who already just set up a domain controller, right? So you have just a simple Windows server operation system, but on top of this, you can build, your own domain controllers, and you can set up your Active Directory environment, right? Active Directory is for now it's like only way you can manage your IT infrastructure, I would say, right? So you cannot simply organize in the simplest way group of users emails and share folders, for instance, right? Access to internet, protect your network from the, let's say, antivirus stuff, right? So you can have like a third party application on top of the Windows, but basically if you will have like a Windows environment on Windows 2019, 2022, and now a new version of operation system just released, right, recently, it's 2025. So all the services allow you to build your own domain, right? By domain, remember, we means like your company name.com, for instance, or your company name.net or org, right? So in our case, let's say it will be like mentor.com, right? So you can build your domain, and this domain will responsible for everything in your company. So
So,
the
Konstantin, can I
yes,
interrupt? So
yeah,
basically, if I can build my domain,
yeah.
so I don't have to buy domains then, yeah?
Oh, yeah, very great question. So it's your internal domain, right? So it's not like a public domain like google.com, right? So google.com, it's a public domain and it's publicly available, and you can just build a email servers like FTP servers and
Mhm.
HTTP servers like web server on this type of domain, right? But you can combine it. What I mean by that, so you can absolutely be isolated from the internet, right? And build your like a mentor.com, your own domain, and locally manage it like companydomain.com, right? But it will nothing connect. It will be no any links to your public domain. But if you want, you can organize the public domain with the same name as your internal domain. So mentor.com, for instance, it can be your local domain. You can build a Windows environment on it, right?
Mhm.
Or and at the same time you can set up your public domain in the internet and build your 3w mentor.com website, for instance, right? So
Mhm.
it's a little bit two different things, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
Make sense, guys?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. But eventually it's correlate, I mean it's linked to each other. For instance, if you will build a Exchange server, right, on the Windows, and your domain mentor.com, it will be like your domain name after ampersand, right? Like in your email name, for instance, Daulian at mentor.com. So it will be linked anyway. But it's not direct link between internal domain and external domain. So you have to build it internally in Exchange server, right? So it's not a topic of this task, right? So the main point, the target of bad actors is always your domain controller, right? So usually company just build a more than one because yeah, if you will just um, screwed with one of your domain, you will be screwed, entire company. So it's better to have at least two domains, right? Two domain controllers, which will work like in parallel, like a one domain, I would say, right? I mean, like a one logical domain, but you can have like a two physical instances, at least two. So better to have like two instances up and running online. And we always just recommend to install a third one, which you will synchronize like at least once a week, right? And keep it offline. So let's say every Monday you will just turn on your third domain controller, sync it, and turn it off, right? That will help you in case of attack, and if your domain will destroy it logically, I mean, configuration of your domain will be compromised, so you will always able to restore your domain from the offline domain controller. Okay, but of course you will lose like a week of your life, week of your work, but it's not end of the life, right? So you will eventually restore your company. This is a good thing. So if you can do it like every day in the morning, turn on the domain, third domain controller, sync it, and keep it off, it's even better, right? So you will restore the company in worst case scenario, and you will lose only one day. So it depends how much time you have, guys, and how many people can do this. But yeah, for in our scenario, we're doing this once a week, and we also just keep it. We keep one of the copy on S3 bucket on AWS, right? So in case if your infrastructure will be compromised completely, so your backup also can be compromised, and you will not able to restore it. So for this scenario, we keep one of the domain out of the our premises, on premises, infrastructure. So we just move it to AWS S3 bucket. Okay. So domain, it's like a main computer, as I said, right? It's contain everything, including your usernames and the authentication mechanism, right? Kerberos and your passwords, groups, and all your group policies, which you can define in the Windows. It's also keeping this configuration keeping on the domain controllers. Okay. Any questions so far, guys?
Sorry, maybe did you create another users as well? Because when I installed domain controller to my virtual machine, I have just one user, which is
It's a good
actually
question. It's a good question. Yeah. I did. So if you can see, I created the two new users, KTS and KKTSOY, right? So the default one is the administrator and guest, right? And we have a Kerberos ticket grant ticket. It's a built-in system account for Kerberos authentication between machines and users. So yeah, you actually have to learn regarding the Kerberos, because many attacks is against the Kerberos. It's a mechanism between user computers like workstations and server, right? It's like a Kerberos service generates a ticket for the endpoint, right? And provides a ticket to the endpoint computer. Whenever you just log into the computer and you part of the domain, so your computer is part of the domain. So it's kind of communication between server and your machine, right? So grant ticket, it's a mechanism when server provide you like one-time ticket, and it's like a hash, right? And your computer can communicate with the server, right? And it's also like a combination of ticket and verification of the ticket, right? To authenticate not yourself as a user, but computer as a object, So, and some attacks it's related to Kerberos protocol as well. So it's you can compromise the Kerberos as well, right?
So you
But
do a Kerberos attack, right?
correct. It's a lot of Kerberos related attacks on Kali as well. But yeah, for now, let's focus on the accounts, right? So I created 2 accounts just to have a bigger, the NTDS file, which is this file just contain login name and all hashes, not password in clear text, but hashes, right? So basically, if bad actors will just get this file from your domain controller, you guys fully compromised. So they can do whatever they want. They can identify who is domain users, who is responsible for Active Directory schema, which is the most critical part of the Windows environment. They will see groups and who is responsible for what, and they will read some description of the accounts as well, right? So today we will just practice how to get this file, right? And how to generate the file to be able to, how to say, convert it to the text file. And then the next step will be how to decrypt the hashes of the file of the passwords to the clear text passwords, right? So this will be our workflow. So for today, I wanted to just you guys practice how to get these files, but some advice here. This only possible, guys, if your computer, your domain computer is compromised under admin accounts, right? So these techniques. So actually, you should have a CLI access to the domain controller to be able to do so, right? And an account you will compromise, or you would compromise, or could compromise, it should be domain admin account. Okay. So as we discussed previously, right? If you will find some vulnerability which allow you to get access to the domain controller under admin accounts, it's not like end of the story, right? The best way when you will get access to the domain controller to get full access to the account list. So this usually give a like additional advantage for the bad actors to push client to pay them. When they demonstrate that they have all accounts and all passwords, it's really scared the victims, and they're ready to pay. But I'm not teaching you to do so. I'm just teaching you to understood what kind of events you can monitor in the future, and if you will see any events related to this file, so it's a red flag, and you have to isolate everything immediately and how to say isolate everything, replace all password, even replace the usernames completely. Okay, otherwise you compromise, guys. So let me show you how to do a first step, right? We have a recording. You can always just check it again after the meeting. And again, you have to be administrator rights. You have to have administrator rights for these servers. Okay.
Do you normally find the way from the port to enter? So do you escalate from the port available and then you work your way up, or you just try to crack to enter from the server directly?
No, usually, Sergio, if you will find a vulnerability, you can hijack in the session, right, of the admin. If you will hijack the session of the admin, you will not able to get a password in clear text, right? But while your session is alive, you can perform these commands and get the file with all passwords on it. You know what I mean?
So you inject the command.
No, not eject the command. It's a normal command from the Windows. This command is actually the built-in Windows command. This is the beauty of this exercise, right? Once you will hijack the session of Windows administrator, right? Domain administrator, you will able to execute it and get the file with the passwords, hashes of the passwords, right? And later
so
one
then you
offline,
can
offline you can decrypt it and use it later on without hijacking the session. You know what I mean?
could you run could you run hashcat
Yeah,
once
exactly. But you have to run the hashcat, and I'll show you how to do it. But before that, you have to grab the hashes, correct?
yeah
Correct.
yeah
So hashcat is a second step. You're absolutely right. But before that, let's say you will hijack the session without password and login name, right? So you'll just compromise the server, let's say by Samba protocol, week of Samba protocol. So let's say administrator owns the server itself, right, and doing something, and he or she forgot, log out from the server, and at the same time you inside the network and you can hijack this session, which is a live session, right? You don't need to get a password and login name even, right? You will just hijack the session. You will get access to the command line under the domain admin, right? And you can execute this command and get this file. You know what I mean? And later on, you can decrypt it and everything. You can get a clear text password and then normally log into the server at any time. You know?
okay, so you do offline once you
So
dump
once you
the
will get
hashes.
once you will get a file, you then can do everything offline.
Okay.
Okay. So
Thank you.
let's try to do it, right? Okay, let me. So we need to get access to the C, Windows, and System32 folder, right? So let's do that. So from here, you should run the ntd utils. Okay. Okay, one sec. Let me. TDS. Okay.
YouTube. Спеллинг там. R написал ты. Oh, nice.
Okay. So here is a command, guys. I'll write down, and you can get a screenshot. So later on, you can easily use it, right? NTD utils, and then we have to put a target, create full, and we have to define a path. For instance, in my case, I'll put like nt folder. So this command will create a folder nt3 with the files on it. Okay, let's try. Create. Create full. Sorry. One more time. Activate in instance in TDC.
Yeah.
IFM. NT3. Okay, it's working now. So we are creating the snapshot of the files, and from here we need to quit on both, right? And let's check the endure. So you can see here we created two directory with the file on it, registry and active directory, right? So these files actually contains the information about your domain, local domain, and also the information about the hashes, right? But it's not ready to pass it to Hashcat and decrypt it to the passwords. So we need to get these files to the Linux server and use one of the command. I'll show you now. So guys, these files, right, from the Windows environment, we need to copy, right? And we have like a additional framework. It's like a Python scripts. It's called in packet. Many of them inside. Let me show you. And do example. So all of this command is created on purpose, right? So we need to secret dump from this list, right? And this command will allow us to get information from the files we just composed from Windows environment from here, right? And this command will convert to txt file, which we can use later on in Hashcat and decrypt it to the clear text password. Any questions so far? The workflow is clear?
If we like trying to imagine that we are hacking somebody's machine, we will be able to copy from.
It's a good question. So for the to the copying these files, right? So see, you already have access to the Windows machine, right?
Yes.
So for this, is many techniques available to copy files from Windows to your Kali Linux machine, right? So we can check if any SCP command is available, or if this server can use HTTP server to upload and download the files, or if SMB protocol is opened, right, on this server.
Okay.
So guys, if system is absolutely isolated and you will not able to get these files, right, to these files, you will fail for sure. You will fail. So you have to install something like, I would say it's a command and control command, right, which can communicate between your server and your Linux machine. I've got some examples, and I'll share with you this command. Most probably it's not working anymore, but like a year ago it was working, so I was able to compromise the computers, and I'll get access between two machines. But remember, you already in the target network, right? Your Kali Linux machine at the same subnet with the Windows. Even it's not at the same subnet, but if you get access to your to the target Windows domain controller, that means you have communication, you have a routing and everything, right? So you need to find a way to copy a file from target machine to the Linux machine, right? So this technique we will review it separately, right?
Okay.
This is not simple. This is a very good question. So soon you will get some results. You need to upload somewhere, right? But remember, all ransomware attackers, right? They firstly found the way how to do exfiltration of your files, right? They do exfiltration of your important files, sensitive information outside of the network. They found your backup files as well. They destroy them completely first, and only after that they will encrypt your production files. Okay, so production files and get information, it's the last time. But before that means they already established the connection between victim machine and external host. It can be internal host within the network on the compromised machine, right? Like somebody else's workstation, right? Or it can be, external network, like some. So recently we just checked the attacks, and I'll also show you guys. We just did some investigation as well. It was like a publicly available FTP site, right? And which was accessible via HTTP, right? And this account was temporarily worked like from everywhere. So it's simply you can go to the web browser and upload the files from the local machine. Okay. Or else you can, for instance, install your own FTP server somewhere temporarily, and you can get as FTP commands from the Windows machine to the external FTP server, if it's open, of course, right? So if security guys just close everything from the domain controller, but open only like RDP or SMB protocol just for internal use, so you will not able to do so. But guys, remember I did a command, I show you command how to manage firewalls. I just open firewalls and demonstrate what open ports we have, right? So if you already domain admin, or you hijack the session of domain admin on the domain controller, you always be able to to open the ports from this computer. You know what I mean? Only issue here is if firewall on top of the servers also configured in a way that FTP or SFTP or HTTPS is prohibited and denied for outgoing traffic, then you will be stuck there. Okay, but believe me, hackers just found the way how to find another way, like proxy servers. They use a proxy server, right? And use the standard protocols like HTTPS protocol to connect the proxy server and download the file via proxy server and upload files to the FTP and SFTP servers to get your data. Okay, so this techniques is like advanced technique when you try to set up a connection between your victim machine and your outside some outside server like FTP or SFTP, right? This connection should be established for exfiltration task.
Okay.
That's a good question, Dowden.
Okay, thank you.
So now, okay, now let's try to everybody on the virtual box right now. Can you guys repeat this command and confirm if you can do the same? You have to get this two folders. Or if not time, we can you can practice after the meeting. I wanted to make sure that you will have like, yeah. See, this is the main files we have to have. This is quite big. It's a 25 megabytes ntds.dit file. Its location is a Active Directory. So this is the main file which we need to convert to the text with hashes.
Question, do you guys have already GC installed? Like, I know Alnur installed already.
Which one?
Yes, but I don't install another users. I have just.
Oh, it's fine. If you wanted to install the users, it should be like a simple command like net user add. Let's check. Yeah, this is the current one. Let's see. Let's see. I didn't. Slash add. Oh, sorry.
I don't have CD, DC yet, so I'm just observing, guys.
Let's. Yeah, it should work. Net user add. Net user. Username. Password. Yes. Yeah. So the command is net user, username, password, then / add. It just says that old Windows version will not recognize this type of password because it's too long. So ignore it. And yeah, you will see users. So the best practice, guys, once you install the main controller, right? The best practice is to set up your own administrator account, not like admin, like admins, like AD admins, very easy to guess a name. Let's put like, I don't know, like I did, right? Like KK Soy or something. It's my name and surname. But better even don't use this one. Better to use like a neutral name, like I don't know, Air Force or something, right? Something which is not related to administration at all. I don't know, any name like service, your car name, for instance, right? But usually the best practice is to block built-in accounts, which is administrator and guest. Okay, it's like a built-in accounts you can start with, but when you will properly set up a domain controller, you have to remove them. Actually, disable them. You cannot remove them. You can disable them because it's built-in accounts. So once you will just create your own account and put it in domain as a domain account, I mean, you have to put it like, put this account in domain admin roles and then test the access under this account. And if everything is fine, then better to disable the built-in accounts, which is administrator and guest. So, Alnur, are you okay with
I can't create the user because I don't know why. I have a message that username could not be found. I don't know why found because I'm creating. But
Okay.
net
Yeah,
user.
I
I
get the
just type
same.
net username user password /add.
So this command should be net space user
Yeah.
space, then username,
Yes.
then space, then password,
Yes.
then
/add.
space, no, space, /8.
Space. Okay. Space /add.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Working?
Yeah, it's working. Thank you.
Yeah, and then if you will just type a net user, you will see all users in your list.
Maybe
It's
you
just for
can.
practice.
I don't know if you want to. You can share your screen. We can like work as.
I have a little bit problem probably because I'm using phone.
Okay.
For internet.
Yes, and I don't have web camera. I have PC, not notebook. So.
Wow. Okay.
I was using get local user command. I couldn't make it as well. So I was doing the same mistake.
Okay.
But when I type net user, so it should show me all users.
Correct. Just
Correct.
net user. Net space user.
Yes.
Like this.
Net users.
Not users, but user. Or users will work as well.
Net user, yeah.
Not users work as well. I don't know why. In Linux,
Well, it's interesting, but I have a little bit else, some else information. I don't have, for example, KRB TGT. I have just no.
I don't have it as well.
Okay.
For example, I have maybe if I don't know if I can show it like this. My screen probably it will be working. I don't know.
Do you have like VBox user default account?
I have administrator, guest, and the key RBTGT, but it's not like Konstantin showing that it's administrator, and under administrator he has key RB.
No. It's just the way it's listed. So all of these accounts are independent. It's not mean. It doesn't mean administrator. It's KRBTGT. It's not administrator. It's a built-in account. It's fine. As soon as you just get the list of the users, it's fine. It's a built-in account.
But for some reason
So
I don't have the usernames. For example, my name, because my name it is DC actually, and also I create now new user right now with you, but I don't see nothing, not user. Okay, maybe I will figure out with this later.
No, command was executed successfully, right?
Command when I type
net user.
Oh yes, the account already exists. Well, when I type net user, I just write the name of the account like service or some word, and also the password space /add, and then I have the account already exists for some reason.
Okay, change the name. Change the name of the user.
Example.
Just put a random.
Yeah, random name. Okay.
Anyway, you will eventually you will see the list of the accounts in a file.
Yeah. The command completed successfully. Yes.
Okay, cool. and then do a net user and then see if new user is created.
Yeah. Now it's working.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, guys. So can you or would you like to try the NTDS utils for now, or you will practice? Because we have like a few minutes left, so I wanted to just give you a task for next time, right? And then you can practice it, right?
Can we see the comment the how you get these hash files? Yeah, so a video is recorded, so we can see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to give you a task, guys, because it was working for me always, but it's a demo god. You know this statement, demo god? When you're on the demo, something happened wrong. I mean, demo god, it's like a бог презентации, знаете, да, по-русски? I know, Sergio, if you understood this. You have to prior before any demonstration because something goes wrong. I just trying to copy the files, which I did like 1,000 times. Okay, so you need to copy files, right? Before we will find some solution to copy file from the domain controller to your Kali Linux with some specific, hacker application, right? It's a next step, right, for us. I always was able to copy from my guest machine to my host machine, right? This is my host machine, right? This is my Windows 11, right? And on top of this, I have VirtualBox, same as you are, guys. And this is my three operation system, or 3 workstations, right? So if you go to the settings and do a share folders, right here. So you can share the local folder on your guest operation system. You can share this folder with your host operation system, right? To get to be able to share files between host and guest, right? Do you follow me?
Yeah. So you're creating some folder that.
Yeah, I already did. So this is a folder. So this is like my local account here, right? On the C drive, I created the Win19 file folder. This one, okay. And I wanted to share this local file folder with my guest folder, which is NT2. Okay, CNT2. So on this machine, on my guest operation system, I have actually 3 folders. So these 2 I created before our meeting, and this one we just created with you, right? See our commands from NTDS utils. I create C NT3. Okay, so I just created this. You can see here. Oh, sorry. So this is file just created a few minutes ago, right? And I wanted to copy these files to my host machine, and then I can transfer it to my Linux machine, which is which contain my OPT in packet Python scripts, right? So I need these files from Windows machine to be on the Linux machine, right? This is the task, guys. It was working. I mean, it's not related to the pen testing. It's just related.
Can you try just to copy paste like?
No, you cannot. It will not work. No. First of all, because this is a Linux, you have to have like a specific commands. But usually the share folder was working. Let me check. So I did it the same for. I'll just give you an idea, right? So it's a standard way to how to share the files between host and guest operation system. Okay. Here is the same.
Okay.
So here is the same. See, I did it like a few minutes ago. So my CMNT file folder on the host machine contains this folder, right? See, CMNT. And I share this folder to the Linux directory, which is /MNT, right? And I did the auto mount and make permanent. This means every time you will run a virtual machine, it will automatically connect your local folder to the host folder. Okay, clear?
Okay. Okay.
But if I'll go to the MNT now, see, I have a file here. I create a file TT, but I don't see it on my host machine. Yes, this is what I call the demo got something not working during the presentation, but it should work. Let me fix it, and yeah, I'll share with you. But you guys also just work on it,
Okay.
okay? To share file. So the task is to move files from your Windows server from here, right? Which you will create after ntds utils command, right? You have to move this folder to Linux. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Konstantin.
Yes.
Just a quick question. It might not be related to the topic, but if you share a folder between a guest machine and a host machine, would you be susceptible to have like in like how do they call it the VM escape? So like so can some people inject I don't know some virus that can infect also our host machine because you create this channel, not this communication.
Yeah, of course. This is actually the good example. If, for instance, your Windows domain controller have like a shared folders, right, which accessible from different, endpoints on your network. It's the same scenario. It's absolutely you're absolutely right. If it exists, it's increased your attack surface, right? Because it's like a direct channel to exchange the files between hosts. It's actually the clear lateral moving stuff, right, between hosts. And this is actually what we want to achieve when we compromise the system. We wanted to transfer files. Otherwise, your attack will be like useless, right, pointless. If you will not able to get data, of course you can create a screenshot and show to the victim, so I have access to your machine, blah blah blah. But the most important part is just to justify that you were able to exfiltrate the data, right? Again, as a ethical hacker only, not not like a bad actor, right? Remember, it's illegal. And another task, guys, I want to give you is install in Packet. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually all this additional Python scripts should be installed on the opt folder, like. So this is the way. Sorry. So see, so it's a standard folder built in Linux, right? And you have to install. So I have like Microsoft stuff as well is here and in Packet. If you will just Google it, it will show you how to install in Packet. If any problems, just let me know. Okay, but I wanted you to install it by yourself. Okay, it should be easy. And also, I believe you already have a Python installed on the Kali. So actually, Kali Linux already pre-installed the Python. But what you always should do is apt update and apt upgrade, I believe, right? And -y. Oh, sorry, my typo is always bad. And yeah, if you will update it, so it's so make sure that you have a latest version. It's no harm to get a new version all the time because this is your lab, right? And if you can see here, this is a Mimikatz Python script as well, right? This is also the first sign, the red flag for you if you will see Mimikatz somewhere in your antivirus logs and alerts. This is a sign you already compromised, guys. Okay?
Could I ask you just fast question? I already installed in Packet,
Okay.
but I installed all this stuff on the home folder. So it's mistake. So it should be on the.
No. Leave it there. No worries. Should work. It's not a mistake. So actually, in Windows, it's no mistake to install anything. It's just for your convenience. Okay.
Mhm.
I would say networking is probably the best way to do this, like meeting them organically. It doesn't have to be in person or at an event, but that's probably the best way to get mentorship. It could be online, interacting, those sorts of things. But I can tell you, depending on the person, senior people tend to be a little bit busy, so they can't take a ton of people under their wing at any given time. But if you make good connections,
is someone just hearing some courses or what?
So I'm a big advocate.
Okay, guys. So I think it will be enough. So this is like some spoiler for you. So it's kind of how we can use a secret dump, right? And you can play with this. But the main target is copy the files from point A to point B, right? And convert this file to the text format, which will show us login name and password hashes. Okay. So if you will get it, it's very good. It will be very good result. And if you will stuck with something, I'll send you a command how I did it before. Okay. But try by your own first. Okay.
Okay. Kostya, can you put like in Google Drive this instruction?
Yeah, I'll put this task on Google Drive. Yeah.
That's good.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, guys. Yeah, time is flies, you know. It's more than 1 hour again. So, okay, guys. Hope it was useful for you, Daulian. Yeah, you need to be with us.
I need to resolve this issue. By the way, did you ask about cloud? Anything about cloud?
Actually, I did. So I created the account. The guy gave me a test account first. I wanted to set up a lab there. I already have a one machine Linux machine, right? It's a test for now, but the price is very low, simply very low. So we can achieve it for sure, right?
Okay.
And computer is very powerful. It's like he can provide us 64 gigabyte of RAM and like 128 gigabyte of hard disk and up to 8 cores. So it will be more than enough to set up a lab, right? Access I already have, but I didn't set up a lab yet. But and I already set up only one Linux machine, which is Ubuntu, but I want to set up a Kali and everything. Once I will done it, I'll ask the price, but he said it will be very cheap, but then I will share with you. But at least I have a trial version right now for free.
Yeah,
right?
I will, because I will try to set up my DC. If it's not working on my machine, it might
Okay.
not. Then I have to rely on your lab. Okay.
Okay. I'll let you know. Yeah. I'll meet with him tomorrow, actually, morning. We have another meeting with him. Okay?
Okay, guys. Good
Yeah,
meeting.
I'll keep you posted, guys.
Thank you. Great meeting.
Thank you.
I will publish the
See you
recording.
later.
Bye.
All right. Cool, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Пока,
Bye.
Ahmed.